on the computer. Now it'll. All right, that's fine. No, now I'm able to record, so that's wonderful. Well, here I am in the Spanish villa outside Barcelona.
Agora eu estou numa vila espanhola do lado próximo a Barcelona.
And there are 30 guests who have gone to sleep, so there's nobody to disturb me now.
E aí tá todo mundo dormindo, não tem ninguém que possa incomodá-lo.
Yeah, it's a very old villa, 1772, and it's a lot of history, but it's good to be here.
É muito antiga, tem muita história ali, mas é bem antigo, mas é bom estar aqui.
You know Mercy Balda? Do you know? You might have met her in some other city. Mercy, she's related to Kimochi, and she lives in Barcelona. So she's going to come meet me, and then we're going to have lunch tomorrow. And then someone else who wants to join Dada, she is a new person, wants to also come. So that's how, evidences work,
Ok, então tem uma senhora que é amiga da Kimoshi. A Kimoshi é uma Mahatma que mora na Espanha, e essa amiga dela vai encontrar com o Shuddha pro almoço. E tem mais uma pessoa também que quer conhecer um pouco mais sobre Dada. Então, por isso que ele está lá.
Yes, I shared with you. Yes. Somebody.
Michele.
Yes, Michele.
Shuddha, I would Jai Satchidana. Shuddha.
Shuddha Jai Satchidanand.
I would like to sing the Trimantra.
Wonderful.
Because my father died yesterday.
Uau! Meus sentimentos.
Yes, my dear.
O pai da Michele faleceu ontem.
Yes. At what age, how old was he?
Que idade ele tinha? Que idade ele tinha?
A idade da minha mãe. A idade da minha mãe. 80 e pouquinho.
80 e poucos anos.
How old was he?
About 80 years old.
Yes, I will. After your Trimantra, I will tell you a story, okay?
Então, depois do seu Trimantra, ele vai contar uma história.
About Shuddha's dad, anyway, when he passed.
Sobre o pai do Shuddha.
And what Niruma told me, okay? So anyway.
E o que Niruma disse para ele.
Okay, Shuddha Bhagwan, yes. In this Trimantra, you are offering so that he will not encounter any obstructions on the way to his liberation, moksha.
Então, você está dedicando esse Trimantra para ele e com a intenção de que ele não encontre nenhuma obstrução no caminho da libertação.
And we all Mahatmas silently also send those energies. Okay, my dears, go on.
E os outros Mahatmas vão silenciosamente mandar as mesmas energias, ok?
Let's go. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantaram, Namo, não consigo.
Namo Siddhanam,
Namo Ayariadam, Namo Vasayaram, Namo Loye Sahuram. Eso panchana mukaro savapava
Shano
panasam
Mangalanam
cha sofesim paramavai mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchitanand. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantaram, Namo Siddharam, Namo Ayariyaram, Namo Vasayaram, Namo Loye Sahuram, Estou panchana mukaro savapava panachano mangalaranja sovezin parama avai mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchitananda. Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantaram. Namo Sitaram. Namo Ayariharam. Namo Vasayaram. Namo Loye Sava Sahuram. Eso Panchana Mukaro Savapava Panashano Mangalarancha Sovezin Paramam Avai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchitananda. Jai Satchitananda. Jai Satchitananda. Jai Satchitananda.
Jai Satchidanand Shuddhatma Bhagwan. Yes. This Shuddha's father was 88 years old when he passed away. Big family, 4 sons, 4 daughters. And then he died peacefully, quietly. When I called Niruma, giving her the news, the first thing she told me is, celebrate, celebrate. You see? She says, celebrate. What a beautiful, long life, you see? And the same, my dear, my Michele. You know, these, Michele may cry, but inside you are directly connecting with his Amapura, who is beyond any pain of any kind. Just the Amapura is as blissful as yours. You too, all of us. The blissful Amapura proceeds now with the energies of the Mahatmas, you, Michele, your love, and your direct phone connection to the Amapura of Papa, for may he get the knowledge of liberation, enlightenment, non-doership.
Let me translate, please.
Mm-hmm.
Então, o que ele falou que em 88 o pai dele faleceu de uma forma muito pacífica, muito tranquilo, e uma família muito grande, 4 filhos e 4 filhas. E ele foi falar com a Niruma, e a Niruma falou, celebre, celebre. Foi uma vida linda, uma vida plena, né? E que agora a Michele, ele é uma pura, e a Michele também é uma pura, e a Michele pode estar sofrendo, mas a alma pura, o amor da Michele está fazendo uma conexão imediata com ele. O seu amor está chegando nele e vai ajudá-lo no caminho da libertação dele.
Mm-hmm. Just as we change our clothes every day, you know, the body is the same. In the same way, this entire body is our clothes of the mind, speech, and body. Their work in this life is over, and you get soul gets a beautiful, fresh new body with fresh energies, including the knowledge of the essence of this current life. What is the meaning of life? So you continue higher and higher, and because he is the father of a Mahatma, it makes a lot of difference.
Yeah. Então, ele é como a gente troca de roupa todo dia. E a nossa mente, fala, e corpo, ela troca o corpo, né? E o fato dele ser filho pai de uma Mahatma faz muita diferença para ele. Tony, just a minute. Tony, can you take over the translation?
Yes, it's fine. If you, yeah, Denize, I'm sorry. I didn't know that Shuddha was going to come at this time, Shuddha.
Yeah, I informed Denize, but that's okay. That's fine.
You know,
Yeah.
yes. Denize,
Yeah,
yes, if you, se você quer, eu posso, Denize.
Prefiro, por favor, que essa semana, esse mês eu estou
Sim, eu ainda chequei com a Berna, mas a Shuddha, the energy of Shuddha is amazing.
well, it's the energy of all of you, because your energy is pulling me, you see.
Yeah.
And, you can what it is when the more and more you move away from I am doing it, I am the doer, the more the energies kind of arise within each one of us naturally,
E o Shuddha está dizendo que a energia de todos vocês parece que aumenta, que faz a gente, que ele diz que é responsável por ele estar presente, né? E quanto mais a gente está no estado de não fazer dor, essa energia aumenta também ainda.
Yeah, and
there is another thing that I forgot to translate. E Shuddha disse também que o teu pai foi com o conhecimento todo que ele obteve nessa vida e com a experiência toda que ele adquiriu aqui e com o teu aspecto de ser Mahatma, e isso dá uma diferença muito grande para ele. O pai da Michele faleceu ontem, Tony.
Yes. Condolências a você, Michele, condolências.
Yeah, it says if the Michele is a very strong lady in Brazil, very, very strong, not physically, muscle-wise. She's very strong internally, just like so many of you, You have raised family, you have gone through the difficulties in life, and this is, difficulties in life is naturally there for everyone in this world, but the ones who awaken get awakened. The ones who are liberated are very, very special. And he is your father. This Papa brought you in this world, Michele, for Atma Gnan, Amapura experience, you see. That is amazing. That is a very, very major achievement of his,
E o Shuddha falou que a energia de Michele é a energia da alma, né? Não é a energia do arquivo 1 do físico, né? E também essa última frase que o Shuddha disse, que o fato dela estar em Akram Vignan, certamente o pai dela tem a responsabilidade. Ele fez com que isso fosse possível, dela se tornar uma Mahatma.
So the family, the family of Mahatmas, any Mahatma, the family, you might think, oh, they didn't receive the Gnanvidhi. No, the energies of the Mahatma himself, with every deepest intention, oh, I want him or her also to get liberated, is more than enough. This is phenomenal, subtle energy that gives its results in the next life, you see, if not in this life, you see.
E o Shuddha está também comentando o fato dos Mahatmas, que Mahatmas vêm as pessoas sempre com a intenção que todos recebem, tenham a experiência do Gnanvidhi, que consigam essa libertação também.
So, just as you and I are beyond death, in the same way, Papa is also beyond death. His awareness will arise when he meets an enlightened one in the next life. And this is how it is. You see, enlightened ones are all around. They don't look any special. They what they are all about inside makes all the difference, you see.
E o Shuddha fala da mesma maneira que Shuddha e Michele são além da morte. Também o pai de Michele também tem esta mesma, ele está além da morte. Morte, essa é a iluminação que todos nós temos em nossa volta.
You see, the Lord Jesus, is also in the critical terms, immaculate conception means he was neither born nor did he die. The one who died on the cross is the body, you see. So,
no conceito de ser imaculado, o Filho de Deus, Jesus, não morreu. O que foi crucificado, o que estava na cruz, era o corpo, não a alma pura.
Yeah. So, it's perfectly all right. You know, the energies of Lord Jesus continue just as the energies of Dadabhagwan, Gnani Purush Dadashri, and the Lord within him, and Dadabhagwan within Michele is all working. All that energy is not visible through these eyes or through these five senses, but those energies are collecting and gathering within each one of us day by day in satsang.
E a Shura diz que a energia do Senhor Jesus continua assim como a energia de Dadabhagwan, e essa energia do Senhor de Dadabhagwan está presente em Michele.
Yeah, so our dear, is Denize translating? Thank you, Denize, for what I'm writing in the chat. My dear. So, you know, the next heading in our satsang today.
O novo título da satsang de hoje.
Yeah, you know, the last satsang I just shared with you. Today is session number 32. Session.
Hoje é sessão 32ª.
Aho. I say this is a new word. I think next, aho. Adbhut, Antar Tapa. Aho, magnificent. This is the new heading. Aho, magnificent. Antar Tapa. Antar means inner penance.
Aho, ele colocou essas palavras no chat, significa aho, magnificente, Antar Tapa.
Aho means, you know, you are filled with wonder. You know, I mean, there are no words to explain when you say aho, you know, dada. You were filled with the magnificence of what the word dada means. So you say aho dada, you know.
Então, você diz aho dada, você está preenchido com essa energia magnífica de dada.
You see, magnificent is magnificent, but the feelings that are associated when you say magnificent, that cannot be equated with anything relative. You see, this feeling.
Esse sentimento, o Shuddha diz que esse sentimento que está associado com quando você profecia, quando você diz essas palavras, aho dada.
Yes. So now today's session is Dada says that except for this Dada, Gnani Purush Dadashri is saying except for this Dada, he's saying except for this Dada, in this entire world, except for Dada and the Vitrag Lords, nobody has done the inner penance. Nobody can ever has done the inner penance like this Dada and the Vitrag Lords. You say that. So what now he's describing the penance, the inner penance of the absolute Lord, the Vitrag Lord.
Então, ele diz que, com exceção dos senhores Vitarags e das Dadas, ninguém foi capaz de fazer essa penitência interna.
And Dadashri says, this is Dada's tap. And, this tap is of, and now in inverted comma, Dada. Okay? In other words, what is, we've been discussing a lot of penance and tap in the last few sessions. Now you come to the level of the Vitarag, Lord. We haven't seen the Vitarag like Lord Center, but we now get a picture of what it's like, you see.
Então, agora, Shuddha diz que temos discutido nesses satsangs, 3, 4 últimos satsangs sobre tapa, e agora Shuddha está falando o estado de ser o Senhor Vitarag.
Yes, and the other she says, this is tap, okay? This is tap of Dada. How can you even get an idea about it? He says, we, not even for a second, we means Gnani Purush Dadashri and Dadabhagwan inside him, the two of them. He says, not even for a second we give any company to the Pudgal, this body complex. We don't give any company to it. We do not give any company to the Pudgal, the filling, emptying complex called this body complex, non-self complex, you see.
Então, Dada diz que nós, Dadabhagwan e o Dadabhagwan Pujashri, esse senhor, não estamos associados com o Pudgal de maneira alguma.
We give any company, we give company to the company, like you and I we get joined into this Pudgal. Oh, I love this tea, I love this coffee, you see. I'm eating, I'm drinking, etc. But but not
então
that.
Então você se associar como o Shuddha falou, você se associar, você ser companheiro desse Pudgal, nós gostamos desse chá, gostamos dessa sobremesa. Não, né, essa associação, quando o Dada fala nós, Dadabhagwan e Puja Sri Dada, o Senhor Deus, não se associam com o Pudgal.
Now, when you say Pujya, don't confuse with Papai. Gnani Purush Dadashri.
Gnani Purush Dadashri.
Yeah, right. We're talking about the original inner penance of our living one, of the one who walked the face of this earth, you see, between 2008, 1908 to 1988, you see.
E ele falou, o Shuddha falou, presta atenção quando falar, porque a diferença não é falar, eu falei Pujya Shri, então é correto, Gnani Purush Dadabhagwan.
So there is, there are two views, there are two location-based intentions. If you're in the body, if you and I are in the body, say you become Marlene or you become Josie, then whatever Josie is feeling or wanting or seeing, it becomes the intention of the body complex, right? And then there is the bhav, the view of Swayamapura. So there is this bhav. What does Swayamapura mean?
Então, Shuddha faz a distinção, certo? Se estamos identificados no corpo, certo? Então, como somos como Josie, como Marlene, como Tony. Então, qual é a intenção de estar no corpo? Agora, ele se refere, you're referring to the bow to be Amapura,
No. There are two. See, there are two fundamental vows. Vows means
two intentions, two vows.
Two vows, but intention.
Ele está dizendo, ele vai explicar o que realmente o que significa o vow. Que é dois tipos de vow.
Bhau. And a bhau is not just simply intent, is
Não é
actually
simplesmente intenção, essa palavra.
it is the existence-based view. So if you're Tony, then you're in the view of what Tony is feeling, right? What Tony wants.
A existência na visão, entende? Se eu estou na visão do Tony, ele está vendo o que o Tony quer, por exemplo.
Yeah, so that's called Pudgal Bhav, you see.
Então, esse chamado o Pudgal, o Bhau do Pudgal.
Bhava, the Pudgal, Bhava of Pudgal, you see.
E a existência do Pudgal.
There's a Bhava of this one, it's hungry, it's sleepy, it's wants this, that Bhava of Pudgal. And then there is...
Ele diz que esse Bhau do Pudgal o Bhau do Pudgal tem fome, o Bhau do Pudgal tem sono, quer dormir. Yes, Shuddha.
Yeah, and then there is the Bhava of the Amapura. It's called Chetan Bhava, you see, Chetan.
E o Bhau da Amapura, que é chamado Chetan Bhau.
Well, Chetan Bhava. Chetan, you're familiar if you attend the Parayan. Chetan means the energy of the knower. Chetan, you see.
Chetan é energia daquele que sabe, do que sabe.
Chetan exactly means the knower, just the pure knower.
Yeah. Chetan significa o conhecedor puro.
And the pure knower does not have this typical existence-based bhava, because the pure knower is everywhere, you see. So existence is defined as a specific location, but once you become the pure knower, there is no existence. It is you only, the pure one, but we use Chetan Bhava because Chetan Bhava means to see and to know, you see.
Chetan Bhava significa aquele que tem a visão e aquele que sabe. Shuddha, what did you say, the pure knower, and that you made an observation that I missed? Shuddha.
Yeah, you see,
the pure knower, aquele que conhece.
Because in Akram Vignan, we have not arrived at the Amapura naturally on our own, right? I mean,
não chegamos ainda não chegamos ainda na Amapura, no estado de Amapura, naturalmente.
Yeah, right. We have been given this experience of the Amapura, and in that experience, there is the Chetan Bhav. In other words, the view of the Chetan. The view of the Chetan means ultimately you and I, through exactness of understanding, have to come to become the knower, the pure seer, you see.
When we have not reached that status yet, right?
We are in the process, you see. Sometimes we are, in matters that you and I do not have any rag dvesh, any attachment or abhorrence. You see, like what's happening in Australia, you couldn't care less. You don't have any rag dvesh. Sitting in Brazil, you're not interested in what is happening in Australia. Then in matters of Australia, you are the knower seer, right? You just see and
O Shuddha está explicando essa diferença daquele o que vê e que conhece puro. Ele falou de que essa propriedade nós temos, nós chegamos no estado total daquele que tem visão e conhecimento. Não estamos completos aí, mas como Mahatmas nós chegamos, por exemplo, no Brasil, o pessoal que no Brasil ele tem por exemplo, Shuddha, what did you say about the Brazil? If you're in Brazil and you're not bonded with what is happening.
No. When you're in Brazil, you don't have any rag dvesh with what's happening.
Yeah, that's what
in Australia. So there you can see whatever is going on. You're not affected, right?
Porque você não, Mahatmas, porque você não tem apego e aversão, você não tem nenhum cachai, você não se envolve no que está passando com a Austrália, certo? Essa foi a explicação dele. Yeah,
See,
Shuddha, I'm sorry, but sometimes it's difficult for me
I
to
understand.
translate every word and every
I
concept. So
understand, but yeah,
I will ask you to repeat
yeah,
because
sure, that's perfectly all right. We
yes,
also want to
yes,
get it in exactness. See,
yes, yes.
another example, say, don't.
Denize is already perceived some. She wants to say
Yes,
something.
yes, Denize.
Shuddha disse também que como a gente não chegou nesse estado de autorrealização naturalmente,
Yeah.
dado com a graça de Dada, a gente tem a gente adquiriu essa visão, que é o estado daquele que conhece e vê. Para a gente chegar nesse estado sem apego e aversão, que a gente não se abala.
Exato. Pode traduzir, Denise?
Hã?
Você pode traduzir para eles?
Eu traduzi o que o Shuddha falou.
Yeah, you're doing fine. Both of you are doing fine, just fine.
Yeah,
that's,
because I understood that what you said, that as we didn't achieve the self-realization
naturally means on our own efforts, you see.
We received it through the blessing of Dada. We got this view to be the knower and seer and be detached and be with no rag and dvesh. Is that?
Yeah, that's true. You see that it begins. You see we are not entirely devoid of rag, dvesh, or attachment, aversion, kashai reactions, because they still exist in Denize, Shuddha, etc., right? But they are in file 1, you see. And so Dada completely lifted us up so that we can see what is going on in Denize and Shuddha, you see, and as separate in front of us, not to me. This is not happening to me or you, it is happening in front of me, you see.
Yes, o Shuddha complementa, Denise, se houver necessidade de qualquer coisa. O Shuddha acabou de dizer que nós atingimos esse estado de reação dos cachais, ainda existe em nós, mas não existe em nós como alma pura. Há separação, existe no arquivo 1. Isso é muito importante.
Yeah, so it's simple. In those matters in life in which we have no attachment or aversion, right? In that matter, in that particular matter, we are vitrag. We are vitrag. We don't.
O Shuddha acabou de dizer que em matérias que não temos apego, em qualquer matéria que ao nosso redor que nós não temos apego ou aversão, nós estamos no estado de vitrag.
You're vitrag. You're vitrag. You don't have any. There's nothing that pulls you or pushes you. Nothing about it that touches you, you see?
Nada te empurra e nada te puxa, então nada te toca.
Yeah, and this is beautifully accomplished by Dadashri in the Gnani. In the Gnani, experience of the Amapura is definitely there by 2%.
Então, ele está dizendo que isso acontece no Gnani, quando você recebe e a experiência da Amapura está presente lá 2%.
Yeah, see, but you see, there is, because it's 2%, there is also the intentions of the Pudgal, this Josi, Shuddha, Eloise, intentions of the Pudgal are also there.
A intenção do Púdico também está presente. Ele falou Heloísa, Josie.
Yeah, and also there is the view now, the new view. The new view is Samapura, eu sou vitrag, I am vitrag, I am vitrag.
E existe também a nova visão, eu sou alma pura, eu sou vitrag.
Yeah, and that is called Chetan Bhav. Because of the lack of these words, the word Bhav, is a location-based existential view. In other words, if you are Maria Cristina, then automatically you will see it as what Maria is saying, Maria Cristina is saying. And when you say Soya Mapura, then then you are totally free of the bhav, the view, the intentions, or whatever it is in Maria Cristina. You are free from it, you see.
Então, o Shuddha diz, por exemplo, se você é Maria Cristina, você vê o que Maria Cristina está vendo. E quando você diz, eu sou alma pura, certo? Você está separada, você está na presença da alma pura.
You see, this is Dadashri's words coming up now, because I explained to you these two bhavs, these two kind of bhav, Pudgal bhav, Chetan bhav.
Ele
Pudgal bhav,
explicou,
Chetan bhav.
ele acabou de explicar essas duas palavras, o Pudgal Bao e o Chetan Bao.
And Dadashri's next sentence is, not for a second we give company to Pudgal bhav. You see, we do not give company to anything that the Pudgal and its intentions may bring up, you see.
E também não damos companhia a qualquer intenção que o Pudgal possa nos trazer.
Yeah. And Dadashri has devised a very beautiful thing for all of us, the Mahatmas, and that is that he tells us that really I have removed you from Pudgal Bhav, all of these intentions of Denize or Elena or Josie or Berna. You are the knower of those intentions from the day of the Gnan Vidhi. You are knower of the intentions, you see.
Então, e Dada também diz, certo, eu removi todas essas intenções de Helena, de Marlene, ele removeu isso de nós. E, last sentence, Shuddha Dada said, I removed all the intentions from...
No, I've typed it. He says, not for a second we give company to Pudgal Bhav.
Yes.
To Bhav, the Pudgal. He says, our tap remains at, and let me get it to you right. આ પૂતગલિક ભાવ ને આ ચેતન ભાવ ત્યાં આગળ અમારું ત્યાં તપ રહ્યા કરવાનો. Interesting. Our tap remains at the vision, knowledge that this is Pudgal Bhav and this is Chetan Bhav. You got it? Exact. I want to give it to you. In other words, in Dada's vision has arise so clearly that for him it doesn't mix. His tap, his penance. Where is Dada's penance? Dada's penance comes at the meeting point of body complex, feelings, intentions, etc., and Amapura view. You see, so his penance is exactly at that line of demarcation.
Então, o nosso Dada diz que nosso tap permanece na visão, conhecimento, que isto é o Pudgal Bhav e este é o Chetan Bhav. A penitência de Dada chega ao ponto de demarcação que você vê esses dois tipos de Bhav claramente, o Pudgal Bhav e o Chetan Bhav.
Now, Chetan Bhav, which I'm going to write as CB, Chetan Bhav.
Ele vai escrever CB, que significa Chetan Bhav.
These are very fundamental sentences, so I don't want to make any mistake. Chetan Bhav should not get a single Pudgal Bhav, you see? Pudgal Bhav. In other words, should not get smeared, tainted with anything that is not of Chetan, of the Amapura only. You know.
Então, ele diz que esse CP, Chetan Bhav, não deve conseguir ou conseguir de maneira nenhuma forma do Pudgal Bhav. Não pode nem ter um pontinho manchando a alma pura.
You see this, he says, just imagine final tap of Dada. Dada has said in the last satsang that I shared with you, that we are in constant inner penance, continuous inner penance. And we say, whoa, Dada is in inner penance. He's got all this magnificent experience of the Amapura. Why does he have to be in penance? And here is the, yeah.
Yes, e Shuddha disse que em uma das últimas satsangs de Dada, ele diz que como final, no tap final de Dada, que nós estamos constantemente nessa penitência interna.
Yeah, Dada, now you see, I said, Dada says that when will Dada's Chetan Bhav, the Amapura view, get a little connected with Pudgal Bhav? When will it happen? It's a question for all of us. Dada himself answers it.
Ok, ele diz, a questão para todos nós, Dada, que o Shuddha disse, que quando é que o Chetan Bhav fica conectado com Pudgal Bhav? When there is proximity of both, is that the question?
No.
What makes it the Chetan Bhav?
We are going in Dada's. This is pure Dada's tap. It's not our tap.
Okay? Ele está falando do tap do Dada.
Tap of Dada.
Tap of the
Vitrag Lords. Okay, this is the
tap of the Senhor Vitrag.
What it says, Dada says, when will Dada's Chetan Bhav, Dada's become one, will connect or touch with body intentions. When will it touch? That Dada is asking.
Então, o Dada, a questão do Dada, quando é que o Chetan Bhav toca o touch
touch is, look, this entire penance has been described as absolutely separate. They're, never letting them mix, you see. And then
But the question is, when this Chetan Bhav touches
and the answer is, I'm giving you the answer. Dada is asking and Dada is answering, okay?
E o Dada está respondendo, ele está dando a resposta.
And in the Dada's answer is that somebody cuts Dada's ear. Somebody is cutting Dada's ear.
A resposta é quando alguém corta a orelha do Dada.
And I see, and at that time, if tap does not happen, tap means to keep it separate. Tap means to just.
Tap é manter separado.
Tap. Dada says, if that time tap does not happen, then Dada's Chetan Bhav will get a little bit of the Pudgal Bhav, right?
Ele diz que o Chetan Bhav do Dada vai pegar pouquinho do Pudgal, do Bhav do Pudgal, quando essa orelha é cortada, por exemplo.
Yes, Dada says that's because the body is joined, isn't it? Right now, yours and my body is joined to Ama. We have the body,
Yes, por causa que temos o corpo, né? Agora o nosso corpo está conectado com a nossa alma, não está?
So then the questioner says the body is very near.
Então o interlocutor diz o corpo está bem próximo.
Okay, now Dada's final answer before we close this particular heading is, Dadashri says, yes, it is very near. Just as you said, Tony, proximity, it is very near.
O Tony e o Dada diz sim, para o interlocutor, está muito próximo.
You see? Yeah. Is it not a relationship? A relationship of circumstance?
Não é relacionamento de circunstância, o Dada diz.
Is it not a relationship of circumstance? They put boiling molten lead, they in previous lives, Lord Mahavir was a king, you see. And
O
he,
Senhor Mahavir na vida passada era rei.
And he used to love music. He used to love to go to bed, go to fall asleep while the best musicians are playing around, playing music. So, you see.
Ele gostava muito de música e ver os músicos tocando seus instrumentos.
And one night he suddenly woke up from sleep, and those guys, out of just the joy of playing, they had forgot to stop playing. They were supposed to stop playing the music when the king goes to sleep, you see. And so he became very angry. He called those guys, and one of the main person, he ordered boiling hot lead and poured in his ears, you see, poured in his ears.
Então esses músicos estavam tocando e quando o rei ia dormir, eles tinham que parar. Então eles não pararam de tocar. Então and then Lord Mahavir,
he was not enlightened then, you see,
Ele não estava iluminado. Então o que ele fez?
He was a king, you see.
He was a rei. Ele ordenou colocar chumbo derretido na temperatura mais elevada nos ouvidos desses músicos.
Two or three lives later, Lord Mahavir attained total enlightenment in this world 2,500 years ago. You see,
25 mil anos atrás, o Senhor Mahavir, em 2-3 vidas, conseguiu atingir esse nível, attained, what was the
full enlightenment, absolute enlightenment.
Totalmente iluminação.
Gnan.
Yes,
and Bihar, right in northeast India. But at that time, the same person who had suffered this, the same soul, not the same person, same soul had that vengeance, was taken. That vengeance was taken when the Lord was meditating, standing. He was in his own, and that person came as a shepherd. He was a shepherd, and he told, look after my cows, I'm going, you see. And then the cows had gone away, and when he came back, he couldn't see the cows, so he took these wooden sticks and called him all sorts of names and just stuck these wooden nails in the ears of Lord Mahavir. And Lord Mahavir realized that he could see the result of his karma from the previous life, you see.
Então, o Shuddha está descrevendo como as orelhas, quando o Senhor Mahavir estava em meditação, certo? Um desses músicos que eles tinham colocado esse chumbo quente na orelha, que era, na próxima encarnação, tinha um gado, tratava do gado, das vacas, ele pegou essa parte pontuda, né, não foi, Denize? E perfurou a membrana timpânica do Senhor Mahavir. Alguma coisa
He was fully enlightened, and therefore without the slightest negative reactions. You see, he
totalmente iluminado, esse Senhor Mahavir.
He was disconnected, so it was not a single bow of the Pudgal touched the Lord, you see. Então, not a single bow of Pudgal touched the enlightened Lord, you see.
Nenhuma partícula desse Pudgal tocou a este Senhor iluminado.
Same thing with, different. This is the inner penance of the Lord, whether it is Lord Jesus, Lord Mahavir, Nada.
Então o Shuddha diz que esta é a penitência interna do Senhor Jesus, do Dadabhagwan, do Senhor Mahavir. Essa é a penitência.
Dada's Tap was not as barbaric, visibly as it was for Lord Jesus or Lord Mahavir, but nonetheless, the importance is of the Pudgal Bhav, the views of the Pudgal, the body complex, and the view of the Amapura. There is really no connection. there is no connection. It is through ignorance we got connected, and now Dada is disconnecting us. You see?
Então, o Shuddha diz que não há conexão entre a alma pura e o púdico. Então, como essa conexão é feita através da ignorância. E ele falou também que com relação a Lord Mahavir e Senhor Jesus, que eles passaram por coisas barbáricas, né? E não o Dadabhagwan. E assim,
Yeah, so this is Dadashri says, is it not a relationship of circumstance? You see,
E o Dada diz, não são relacionamentos de circunstâncias?
if for some reason somebody is torturing Dada and cutting his ear, and that if that happens, then Dadashri says, at that time the body vow will touch the ama, you see, will touch the ama. But you see, is it because it is the relationship of the circumstance. All circumstances that you and I encounter in life are relationships of our relationship with that circumstance. Those Mahatmas in Brazil who are not here in this satsang, it means their relationship with this circumstance was not there in the past life, you see. This everything is exactly happening, you see.
Então, o Shuddha diz que, certo, todas as circunstâncias que encontramos na vida são simplesmente relacionamento dessas, all the circumstances that we
Look,
find.
you and I talking in this satsang, is it not a relationship of the circumstance? We are
Ele está
related.
dizendo exemplo que nós que estamos falando nesse momento em satsang, isso não é o que ele está explicando como relacionamento de circunstâncias, né? Circunstância de traduzir, de estar em satsang, de ter língua diferente. Só é circunstância, é que ele está dando o exemplo, o que é circunstância de ter relacionamento.
Now Dada finishes by saying, what he finishes by saying is it not a relationship of circumstance? In other words, if you didn't have a relationship with a circumstance, there are infinite circumstances in this world, but if you do not have a relationship with it, and the relationship with this circumstance has to be in the cause level, in the last life, and then it arises in this life, you see.
E esse relacionamento com as circunstâncias, Shuddha acabou de ver que houve a causa na vida passada e agora, certo, está vindo nessa vida, sabe? Esse relacionamento está vindo nesta vida, o que foi plantado, criado na vida passada ou em vidas passadas.
Yeah, and this last line is very subtle. Let's try to explain it, because this is the penance of the lords, the Vitrag lords who went to moksha, you see. And this, let me just kind of explain write it down first exactly, and then we go into it. It does become one with, and Denize, I'm writing PB means Pudgal Bhav, you see.
Ele está dizendo a penitência dos senhores Vitarags que foram para moksha.
That
está colocando algo no chat.
Has broken, you see. And that, let me finish that last few lines and then I give it to you, because
Está acabando as últimas linhas.
This is the ultimate. It is really something that Dada is trying to show you what's going on inside. This final moments of enlightenment, you see. I mean, full enlightenment, you see.
O que acontece internamente nessa iluminação plena. iluminação total. O que acontece nesses últimos momentos de iluminação total?
Tap has to be kept there, and Denize will give you this Portuguese in a minute. All right, so that's the last few lines answer. That. Go.
As últimas linhas das sentenças.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
you go ahead and read it, and then we can translate.
Is that when the ear is cut? Is that right?
Yeah. So when the other is saying,
I'm asking you if I should read.
You can read. You read. That's for yourself.
Translate.
Yeah. Then translate. Yes.
Yes. Ele diz quando a orelha é cortada, quitada, não se torne aquele com a orelha, mas se torne aquele com
Pudgalbau. Yeah.
Se você se torna envolvido com aquele que teve a orelha cortada, você está se tornando envolvido com Pudgalbau. E pode ser dito que o tap que se quebrou.
It's broken.
O tap, quando você... Então, a orelha foi cortada, você se identificou com o Pudgalbau. Então, o seu tap, ou a sua penitência, foi quebrada. Certo? Essa penitência não deve ser quebrada. Tap, tem que estar lá. I translate just like it is.
Okay, good. Now you understand that you see the physical act of cutting the ear, cutting a body part. You see that Dadashri says there is no oneness with the body part. There is no oneness with the body part. The oneness, oneness becomes with what the body is feeling, the body is undergoing. You see, that is called Pudgalbhau. The view of the Pudgal. You see, this is so subtle, but you understand, you cut a finger or, a thumb or something like that. There is no oneness with the thumb, but it is with what the body, the body is feeling. You see, what this body is going through. And if it happens that you become one with the Pudgalbhau, that means the top is broken. You see, that means your separation, that which maintains the separation, is broken. You see?
Ele acabou de dizer o que ele acabou de escrever, certo? Porque não há essa quando não há identificação com o corpo, mas quando esse dedo é cortado, aí você se identifica porque vem a dor, né? Então você se identifica porque você está conectado com o Pudgalbhau, certo? Então, quando você se conecta dessa maneira, a dor aumenta e a sua penitência vai diminuir. O seu tap, você não vai estar em penitência, porque você está conectado com o dedo cortado. Maybe we should ask if everybody is following or if there is any question.
Right. Yes, everybody follow this.
Alguém tem alguma questão, pessoal? Alguma coisa que vocês querem perguntar ou que não foi traduzido, que tem alguma dúvida? Pode perguntar.
Yes. That's all right. This is, because it does not really, this is not for us to really kind of apply it to ourselves. This is for us to understand this level of tap of Dada, you see.
O Shuddha diz que é importante nós entender, para que nós possamos entender esse nível, o nível do tap que o Dada está nos passando. The tap that Dada had, right?
It's continuously there. See, look, the final tap is that which does not allow ama to mix with body.
O tapa final total completo é não permitir que o tapa se mistura com o corpo. Que a alma não
alma
se
means you. Alma means you. Eu sou alma pura. So you therefore you say, I am aware, I know this is happening to Elizabeth, it's happening to Dennis. It is
Yeah.
not happening to me. It is not
Yes.
happening to me. I will just mute Maria Rose Simar.
Quando
Maria,
você
okay,
quando
go on.
você diz absolutamente isso não está acontecendo comigo, isso está acontecendo com Dennis, né? Com
Yeah.
Portugal, com Arquivo.
Yes, right. Yes, yeah. You know, this, when we hear these magnificent words of Dada, this gives us the energy. You know, we are not talking about, there is, you know, the only time, because your body parts are so connected to you, you know, joined to you, that that's where it's, you know, that you will not be able to keep it separate.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, but everywhere else, you know, somebody says, "Stupid Elizabeth, Dennis, get out of here." You know, why? You know, why do you get? Why do you? Where is the reason to get involved in what is happening to Dennis or to Elizabeth? You see?
Ele está dizendo que porque nós estamos temos tanto apego ao corpo, né, que quando esse corpo é atingido, né, diminui. Da mesma maneira, quando você recebe um insulto, né, stupid Tony, stupid Elizabeth, então aí nós fazemos essa separação, né? Did the stupid go to the purgo of Tony? Right?
Yeah, right. Yes, it's, you know, I mean, what I'm saying is you are missing the opportunity of penance. Just because if you get upset, that means you have entered into Pudgal Bhav. You see, the Pudgal Bhav has taken over, you see.
Se você entrou no Pudgal Bhav, você perdeu essa oportunidade, como alguém diz, stupid Tony, o Tony perdeu a oportunidade de usar o TAP, né?
Yeah, whatever is happening to Tony, whether Tony likes it or not.
O que acontece com o Tony, se ele gosta ou não,
I only am the knower of. I cannot do anything. I'm the pure knower. I cannot change it. This is Tony's account. You see, that's it.
Eu sou conhecedor, isso é a conta do Tony, eu não posso mudar nada. E dessa maneira você fica no TAP.
I can only be present with my infinite, amazing energies for Tony. That's all. You see.
Eu simplesmente posso estar presente com essas energias impressionantes, grandes energias presentes.
So this Tap, you know, Gnan, Darshan, Charitra, and Tap, the fourth component, it leads to moksha, you see.
São os 4 componentes que levam a gente para moksha, não? Tap, Gnan, Charitra, and what is the Tap, Darshan,
Gnan, Charitra, Tap.
Darshan, Gnan, Charitra, Tap.
And the Darshan means the vision that is associated with inner penance leads to experience of the Amapura. Okay,
Então, Charitra, que é a conduta, leva à experiência da alma pura.
Yes. Maria Rose Simar, my dear, there is some sounds coming, so I have to mute you. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, now, so we see the entire spectrum of tap. You see, the inner penance. Tap means to heat up. And so let it heat up. Do not let it heat up. And you can only allow it to heat up if you are in Chetan Bhav, if you are in the view of the self only. Otherwise it's impossible. You have to come home first and let it heat up, let it heat up, let it heat up, you see.
Então, Shuddha diz, tap means to heat, aquecer. Então, vamos ver todos os espectros, todo o espectro do tap. E também, para você poder ser capaz de estar no tap, é necessário estar em Chetan Bhav.
Yeah, it means this is called the final tap. You see, the final tap means not for a second does the Chetan Bhav, the view of the self, ever get tainted by the view of the non-self complex. Nothing. There are views, you see, there are bhavs, you see.
Então, basicamente, esse Chetan Bhav o que acontece quando a visão do ser não chega à visão do Purgo.
Shuddha, may I ask?
Yes, Dennis. Yes, Dennis.
It means that, no, let me rephrase it. If, or what can I do to have the energy of not getting identified with my body in case I have a pain or something is cut?
Yes.
Can I ask Dadabhagwan to give me the strength not to identify myself with my body?
Denis, você quer que eu traduza ou você traduz? Denis?
Você traduz melhor que eu.
Não, mas eu vou traduzir. O Denis perguntou o que eu faço para não me identificar com o corpo. Aí ele diz, eu devo pedir energias a Dadabhagwan, que eu receba essas energias para não me identificar. Is that correct?
Yes, I got
correto?
it. Yes, it is secondarily correct. Primarily, you have to enter into tap.
E a coisa primária, Denis deve estar no tap.
Primarily,
Entrar no tap, na penitência.
Let Denize heat up. Let Denize
deixa o Denis esquentar.
Dadashri has said, we might have covered it before, whenever there is a pain, disease in the body, there is all kinds of difficulties with the body. There is a lot of pain going on in different parts of the body. Ashata vedaniya happens. That is called a karma, actually. The karma of pain is now unfolding, you see, for Denize. At that time, and there's all sorts of, difficulties arising. At that time, the mind also enters into mental conflict because of what is happening to the body, you see.
Can I translate that part?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Denis, então o que acontece? Ele está dizendo, certo? Primeira coisa que Shuddha falou para Denis, você tem que deixar o prato, the plate, you have to let the plate heat up, deixa esquentar. Por exemplo, essa dor do corpo, por exemplo, que chama achata, né? Que é um karma, um tipo de karma de dor. Quando isso acontece, certo? Esse karma está em desdobramento em frente de você, que está atingindo o seu corpo. Okay, Shuddha,
Ashata Vedni means
Ashata, yes.
Ashata Vedni means pain, and Shata means pleasure, you see.
So Shata significa prazer e achata significa
pain.
Dor.
This is a very specific question that has been asked just in this very things. I think we have covered it in the past, Dennis. But anyway, what it is that the questioner is saying when all of this happens, unbearable pains arise because of a diseased body, and then the mind gets involved with all kinds of conflicts and depression, etc. At that time, what should I do? And the other Sri says, at that location, you have to enter into tap, do tap, all right? And you continue to see these pain signals, now here is coming from the right leg, now it's coming in this part of the body. You just continue to see the pain signals, and that pain signals will become red hot, horribly red hot, okay? And you continue to see and say, wow, really amazingly hot here, right? Amazingly painful. That the Lord has called it inner penance. Sorry, go on.
Então, diz, por exemplo, ele falou a diferença de chata e achata. E também, o que acontece? Quando o corpo está doente, alguma doença, alguma coisa aconteceu com o corpo, a mente também fica envolvida. Então, você fica, isso na mente pode ser traduzido, você fica como depressão. Neste local que você está com a dor na parte do corpo, entra o tapa, e você aí continua a ver o que sinais de dor estão vindo para você, que parte do corpo que surge, e você começa a observar, né? Que observa, que vê, e conhecendo o que está acontecendo, então essa parte do corpo você pode se tornar bem quente e bem vermelha, e você continua a ver. Yeah, you continue to see.
Yeah, you continue to see it, and
Yeah.
you actually in the same process you wonder, wow, it is getting this bad, this hot, this hot. You see, there is some kind of a wonder about, wow, it can even reach this level, and you continue to see it. That is the exact definition of the tap of the Lord. The Lord, you see, that leads to moksha, you see.
Então, esse aí você, então, nessa ponta que o Shuddha disse, uau, falou, puxa vida, isso pode chegar a este grau, a este ponto. Ele falou, nesse momento é que você seja nesse tap do Vitarag Lord.
Yeah, right. Here we get a little body pain here and there. We just pop some Aleve or aspirin, know.
Às vezes nós estamos com uma dorzinha no corpo, uma dor de cabeça assim, aí a gente toma um Tylenolzinho, né? Não sei, não sei, Denis, o que o pessoal toma no Brasil é Tylenol ou uma pastilha dessa?
Novalgina.
Aspirina, Novalgina, isso.
Yeah. So, this, what Radha doesn't mind that. Radha says, go ahead and do whatever is necessary. It's when there is unbearable pains, you see, of the body.
Yes. É quando essa dor é muito intensa, aí que há...
Yeah, she do whatever is necessary, do whatever your doctor asks you to do, etc. But,
pode ir ao médico e tomar medicação?
But when it unfolds in such a way that there is, it is simply there, that's when it might be unbearable. At that time, your approach, Dada, oh my Lord, Dada, that's when you pull the emergency chain of Dada. You see, emergency chain.
O Shuddha está dizendo para o Denis, quando essa dor fica muito forte mesmo, é que você puxa aquela corda da emergência e vai fazer a sua prece para Dada, para pedir as energias para a ajuda dele.
Dadashri says you're leaning out of a train that's moving pretty fast, and when you're smoking and your cigarette packet falls off outside, are you going to pull the emergency chain? No.
O Dada disse, você está num trem, você está fumando cigarro e o seu pacote de cigarro cai da janela, você vai puxar essa corda de emergência para eles pararem o trem e você ir atrás do seu maço de cigarro que caiu. Não.
Yeah, Maria Rosimars has her sound adjustments are making the extra noise. I keep blocking her, but it comes back anyway. Somebody maybe later on help her adjust her sound.
Alguém pode ajudar? O sinal está dando um ruídozinho no aparelho da Maria Rosimar.
Yeah, I don't like to, I don't like to do anything else in terms of harsh treatments in the room here, but that's fine. It's not unbearable. It's intermittent only. It's
Ele falou assim, uma vez ou outra esse barulho vezinho, não há problema, o Shuddha disse.
So it's a good question, Dennis. Dennis is a very good question. This is when do you really bother Dada?
Quando que você realmente chama Dada?
If he has to, he'll be present. If you call him, he'll be present.
Ele está presente quando você o chama.
Another thing he has said, which is a very important sentence that I should share with you. He says, say 5 to 25 times, I am full of infinite energy. I'm full of infinite energy. I am the blissful one beyond any pain. I am pain beyond pain. I'm painless. No kind of pain ever touches me. All of those things, just, say it with force and 5 to 25 times, by being who you are, Amapura, Evso Amapura, then you say it. That is highly energizing, you see.
Então, o Shuddha diz quando você está numa situação também, como o Denis falou, além de pedir a Dada, você pode falar essas frases, né? Mas falar essas frases da alma pura de que você é. Eu sou pleno de energia infinita, eu sou pleno de energia infinita, e você fala de 5 a 25 vezes. Eu também sou bem-aventurado, no maior nível, e são essas afirmações muito fortes que ajudam help you with the top, right? The top, não, Shuddha?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
It's
Look,
top, a
look,
parte do top também. Yeah.
there is no God, but this God here inside, and that is who I am.
Yeah, não há Deus, somente esse Deus aqui dentro de nós, e é quem somos nós, é quem eu sou.
And whatever pleasure or pain arises in front of me is mine only, created in the past life out of ignorance, you see, out of ignorance, you see.
E qualquer prazer ou dor que surge na minha consciência foi eu que criei em vida passada, baseado em ignorância.
And so, and I'm grateful for whatever help can be given through the evidences, whether it's that of a doctor or a therapist, etc., to alleviate the pain. But it is, these are all the activities of Denize and I am the blissful knower, and I'm always there for Denize, you see.
Então, você pode ir ao médico pegar alguma ajuda, mas não, coisa importante como ele disse, né? Eu sou o Denize bem-aventurado, e como alma pura, e o princípio desse espaço surge dessa maneira.
And you see, so my friends, this is in the next heading is the wondrous results of this Vignan, the wonderful results of this Vignan.
O próximo cabeçalho é os resultados impressionantes desses Vignan.
Wonderful results of this Vignan. And Dadashri says, countless previous lives would have passed for us. Us means Dada, Gnani Purush Dadashri, and Dadabhagwan inside him. Countless previous lives would have passed for us to come into this Vignan, in this science. And for you, it has just happened like this. For you, it has happened in no time. You have attained this Vignan, you see.
Então, Dada faz essa afirmação, né, que quantos anos, vidas e vidas e vidas, para nós, né, ele diz para nós, né, o Gnani Purush Dadashri e Dadabhagwan, e nós aqui que recebemos isso de Dada assim, certo? De uma maneira tão rápida, né?
Yeah, you attain this Vignan, you see. And
nós recebemos ou vinculamos com esse Vignan como
Now Dadashri says the fruit of this Vignan is so straight, is so smooth. This fruit of this Vignan is so smooth that this stalk connects with you in no time. This stalk connects with you in no time. See, here we are receiving it so beautifully, including all of these subtle concepts about the internal penance of the Lord,
Ele falou, né, o Dada diz que né, o fruto desse Vignan é muito claro e é conectado bem rápido.
Yeah, the fruit is and the fruit is so smooth. I mean, you can get a complicated fruit, which you have to do so many things until you attain the best part of the fruit. Whereas this one it just connects with you so lovely, beautifully, it reaches you. It just reaches you. This fruit, life after life, we have been looking for that which would really allow us to connect with the real state of our being, our existence, you see.
Então, ele diz, né, de novo, ele falou que como é fácil, ele falou smooth, é uma coisa assim, tranquila, né? Então, a vida após vida, estamos em busca desse fruto, né? Que não chega
No caso, me chame.
Alguém está com o
Sorry, what's that?
microfone aberto. Someone with a microphone, I don't know.
Okay, so can you identify my friend? So what's going on? Or write it down in the chat. Okay, somebody is being bothered with the microphone of somebody. Is that what it is?
Yeah, someone had the microphone open and.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Jeanette, I will
I don't
mute
know.
her. Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me see. Everybody else is
Obrigado.
muted.
Okay.
All right.
Tá tudo certinho.
Okay, everybody is. All right. So the thing is, the fruit is so sarad. Sarad is an interesting word. Sarad means not complicated. Sarad means straightforward, you know.
Correta, não complicada, né? Este fruto
guileless means, in other words, there is no, there is no subtle meaning in it, or there is no devious meaning in it. It's just straight as it is, you see.
É uma coisa correta e é o que há, por exemplo, né? O resultado, né?
There is no kapat in it. There is no deceit in it, you see.
Não há engano, não há nenhum cachai.
Yeah, because Vignan, the science, is that which connects with that which is scientific. It's like, 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen, you're going to get water. There is no other way, you see.
E ele falou que essa ciência é correta, né? Como o que acontece na substância água, né? 2 átomos de hidrogênio e 1 de oxigênio, água.
Imagine Dadashri saying in those days, in the late 70s, કે આ વિજ્ઞાનનું ફળ એવું સરળ છે કે એને વાત પહોંચે જ વાર જ ના લાગે. He is saying this, the fruit of this science, once it is attained, it is so amazingly straightforward that it will connect with you, and it will lift you up, it will.
E nessa frase que o Shuddha disse, basicamente é o fruto dessa ciência que você acata, automaticamente vai levantar, vai elevar você.
It reaches you directly in no time, you see. In no time.
Diretamente vai afetar você e sem tempo, sem demora.
Otherwise, by remaining in this world of ours, married world of ours, world of married human beings, with our wives, children, husbands, etc., is the Amapura experience possible? Dada is asking.
O Dada faz essa pergunta, né? Você ficar na vida terrena, né? Principalmente na vida de pessoas que têm família, casados, com criança e tudo, é possível. É possível.
Yeah, Michele, my dear, I know you've had a long day yesterday, so we should go to sleep. Thinking, that's That's fine.
Ele está falando, Michele, para descansar, Michele, para você descansar um pouquinho, tá? Aproveitar, descansar um pouquinho.
And send phone call connections. Amapura. Amapura of my Papa. Amapura.
Para você conectar com seu pai, Michele.
I'm pure soul and you are also pure soul. I'm pure soul and you are also pure soul. That's how you say.
Eu sou alma pura e você também é alma pura. Aconselho você fazer essa conexão, Michele.
And I'm happy. I'm going to celebrate. Tomorrow I'm going to make a very full dinner, very nice, good things in your honor.
Ele vai fazer em honra a você. Ele vai fazer essa celebração.
Okay. Yeah. Yes, right. So continuing, Dadashri says, do you think it exists, Amapura exists anywhere in the life, in the world of married human beings? But this is
Essa era a coisa, eu tinha perdido o dado, a pergunta do dado, você acha que a Amapura existe na vida de seres humanos casados? Essa questão.
yeah, and he says, but this is Akram Vignan, and therefore you can see its wonder now. Its wonder is visible. You see, it's visible.
Yeah, mas isso é Akram Vignan. Shuddha, can you expand more in what you said?
Well, this is the thing.
It's visible. The
Akram
question
Vignan.
was. The question was if there is alma pura in human
Experience.
married experience of alma pura.
Yeah, the married people are so busy running their lives, you
Yes,
see,
porque
earning for their children, just day in and day out. There is, before Akram Vignan through Dada, Amapura experience was a privilege of people who had given up life interactions,
Yes.
who had become tyagis, who walk away from it all, you see.
Yes. Ele está dizendo porque o Shuddha explicou agora que essa experiência da Amapura, que as pessoas estão tão ocupadas na vida do dia a dia, com casa, com trabalho, com tudo que fazem, ele não há tempo nenhum para dedicação a Amapura. É isso, basicamente isto, né? Então, os que tiveram mais em contato com essa experiência da Amapura são aqueles que não se afastaram, mas a conduta dele não é similar à daquele que trabalha 24 horas, de manhã à noite para o trabalho, para fazer dinheiro, para servir os filhos, para servir esposa, e etc, etc. Basicamente, foi isso. Eu traduzi o que o Shuddha falou.
For my friends in Brazil, understand for sure and forever that the Vignan, the autopilot science of the self, Vignan means the autopilot science of the eternal element that is the self, Atma, that began in the Gnan Vidi, you see. And now you and I can see its beautiful results, not in others. You're not supposed to see it in others, in your own self, you see. You can see how insulated you are from these pains of this world, you see.
Yes, então, para vocês, não, Mahatmas brasileiros, sim, esse piloto automático, certo? Da ciência, né, do Akram, que é você ter essa experiência do ser, iniciou com a cerimônia do Gnani. Então nós, Mahatmas, podemos ver esse resultado presente em nós. Através da ciência, a diferença que cada um de nós pode experienciar, né, antes do Gnani e agora, certo? Se houver alguma questão, pessoal, pode levantar a mão e fazer a pergunta, por favor, tá? Se não alguma coisa ficou não claro. I just told them if there was something unclear that they want to ask, should I just to raise the hand.
This is these are all very deeply involved Mahatmas in Brazil, who are here. They understand. All these words of Dada is directly reaching them. They're connecting inside, you see.
Ele está falando que esses Mahatmas no Brasil são envolvidos e todas as palavras que aqui transmitimos de Dada estão diretamente conectadas com todos vocês.
We were like the rest of the world, whether it is in US, India, or Brazil. We were like the rest of our friends, but something absolutely divinely unbelievable and magnificent has happened to all of us, you see.
O Shuddha está dizendo, sim, nós somos como qualquer e todos o povo do universo, de todo mundo, mas alguma coisa magnífica maravilhosa aconteceu em nós, ou para nós, veio a nós.
And not only that, but we have found the Lord's way of tap, allowing File 1 to heat up, allowing File 1 to heat up, and not throw the fire back at someone else, you see.
Então, encontramos esse mágico tap, né, para permitir que esse calor que surgiu nos aqueça e não jogar, empurrar para o outro. Deixar aquecer internamente em nós.
So the questioner says, Dada, you're right. Yes, there is the worldly life, you see, worldly life for all of us, worldly life. But for mohi people like us, okay, he's just leading on mohi people like us of this era of the time cycle, you see. In other words, mohi means
O interlocutor diz, né, a vida terrena para todos nós, porém, mas para essa palavra morre, pessoas morrem, dada, there is a vida terrena, mas para as pessoas morrem como nós, essa era, what is about the era of time cycle, of the time cycle. Can you translate that, please? Yeah?
Well, you see, the current times are such that practically everybody is swept away by the illusions of pleasure, even if they got a nice car, which gets them around, they see another beautiful car, smooth, oh, I'd like that. You see, it's so
Yes. Ele falou desse esse pessoal terreno, né, no tempo corrente, que governados, por exemplo, por prazer, né? Eles têm um carro espetacular, um carro bonzinho, mas ao mesmo tempo já estão atraídos por outro carro que é um pouquinho diferente, que é mais bonito. Então, esse que ele refere como os prazeres da vida terrena.
Yeah, so mohi means it's an illusion, you kind of.
Yeah, Josiane is translating. Thank you.
Super. So yeah, she has been doing a great job all along since Denize left. You see.
Morre significa pessoal.
Yeah, tendency. So Dada, what you say is correct. Dada, what you say, but But we are all this mohi crowd. Mohi crowd means we get swept away in the illusions of pleasures that confront us every day. We know it's an illusion, yet we just dive into it.
Então, como se vem uma onda de prazer, a gente é engolfado por ela também, né? Esse prazer da vida, né? O grupo, o bloco dos morris, né? Do prazer. Bloco do prazer. Procurando prazer ou gostando do prazer.
We all do. In Mahatmas also, there is satsang, but I'd like to go to some nice places like Josiane does in Brazil, and take pictures and photographs.
E o Shuddha tá falando, né? Por exemplo, ele falou, por exemplo, Josiane talvez gosta de tirar fotografia de lugares bonitos, né?
Hiking those tall mountains.
Então, subindo, andando por essas montanhas, né? Fazendo essas caminhadas de montanha. Mahatmas gosta dessas coisas. It's okay.
Shirish also loves satsang, but he loves to go hiking, you see.
O Shirish gosta de satsang, mas ele também gosta de fazer essas caminhadas pelas montanhas.
So, this is more. What about we guys? We are still mohi, people of Kali Yuga, right? Of this era. So and you're going to love Dadashri's answer now, huh?
E agora o Dada vai dar a resposta, né? As pessoas morrem dessa era de Kali Yuga presente.
And okay, now you're going to love this answer of Dada. You wouldn't have expected
that. Você vai gostar dessa resposta. Inesperada essa resposta do Dada.
And Dada, the guy said, but we are in in illusions. Yeah, the Vignan might be working, but we are still going outside, kind of going everywhere. So Dadashri says, even then, they are in moksha indeed.
Yes, mesmo que você, o Dada diz, mesmo lá vocês estão em moksha, estão no caminho de moksha, né? Então, for the Mahatmas, né?
Yeah, this whole thing was about Mahatmas. The guy, the question,
The whole thing, toda coisa sobre Mahatmas, são os que receberam o Gnani. Então, mesmo vocês, né? Como ele deu o exemplo da Josiane, tirar fotografias de lugares bonitos, o Shirishi fazendo a caminhada na montanha, mas todos em caminho de
okay, so more, you know,
moksha.
we said this. Dadashri says even then, no matter whether you're running from one end of the world to the other, whether you go to Antarctica as a Mahatma or whatever you do, or you marry 3 times if you need to and get divorced 3 times. The key thing is you are in moksha. Look, this is how he sees each one of us. This is the guarantee with which.
I will translate, Shuddha.
Yeah.
O Shuddha falou, não importa se você sobe a montanha, faz o hike, né, passeio na montanha, se você tira foto, se você casa 1, 2, 3 vezes e separa, não há maneira de escapar. Você está no caminho de moksha, como Mahatma.
This is moksha. I am in moksha. I am in such a location that it cannot be shifted from where I am, you see.
Então, você está num local que você não pode ser puxado para fora desse local, não pode ser empurrado. Eu estou em moksha.
Everybody experiences that and feels that. Absolutely.
Todos estão sentindo isso. Eu tenho experiência que o Shuddha falou.
Tatiana, are you in moksha? Tatiana Solange, are you in moksha?
Tatiana, ele está perguntando a Tatiana se você está em moksha.
I won't ask Berna because she has been in moksha for many years now.
Ele diz, ele não vai perguntar a Berna porque ela tem estado em moksha por muitos anos agora, até agora.
Valsear, are you in moksha, my dear? Are you in moksha? Valsear? What is she?
What name is that? Should I didn't
Valsear. Yes, she says. Yes. Yeah, Oberon. I don't need to ask him. He's already no asking. Elena is in moksha. Everyone is in moksha here, Denize is in moksha. See, this you have to affirm what touches you inside as an experience, you see. It begins with these experiences of the words that are just, because Dada is using words for that for which there are no words, you see. But Dada is managing these words.
My gosh, I don't know how to translate what you said, Shuddha. All of a sudden, it's so profound that you have to.
Well, this what Dada is giving us. I'm typing these words. We have to affirm every experience that is subtle but is happening within us. We have to affirm it, and that allows us to remain fixed in moksha, you see, or never ever say
give an example, Shuddha, please. We have to affirm all that we affirm.
Affirm is who you are.
Take
I'm in moksha. No, not even taking to moksha. Dada just said we are in moksha. Dada just said we are in moksha. Why do you say I have to go to moksha, Tony? I don't want to hear from you ever that I'm going to moksha. No going business, I am in moksha. I am in moksha. I am in moksha. This is the first state moksha that we all have received. The first stage of moksha is defined by a bhav, no a relative insulation to pains of this world. You see, all the pains of this world, as if they're not happening to you, they're happening to your neighbor. This File 1.
Então ele disse que o primeiro estágio de moksha, né, é você ter a percepção de que não está acontecendo com você, está acontecendo com arquivo 1. Esse é o primeiro estágio. Ele também me corrigiu, né, de parecer que nós estamos em moksha. Não é a condição, se eu chegar, como chegar, nós estamos lá, independente de qualquer coisa.
Yeah, not. You see this. What a fantastic, phenomenal last few lines. My Mahatmas, even though they may be kind of delving in all kinds of illusions, they are in moksha only.
Yeah.
This is an amazing sentence. Well, what else there is? What else is there? Is there anything to be said now anymore? He says, we are in moksha. He includes himself and his Mahatmas. We are in moksha. We are in moksha.
Dada essa última frase que ele diz, nós estamos em moksha, Dada e todos os seus Mahatmas.
Yeah, moksha, when Mahatmas and Gnani Deepak talks about going to moksha, that is the final moksha, that is the final absolute enlightenment. And that's why we,
E quando o Gnani de Papai fala sobre esse moksha que ele fala, to go to moksha, é o moksha final.
Moksha final means, and that comes with 5 agnas. In agna, this tap, you don't have to worry about the tap, when will I have to do such kinds of taps of the Lord's? The answer is the next heading, you see. And it's tap is automatically incorporated in when you follow 5 agnas, there is tap.
Yeah. Então ele diz que o final moksha está em 5 agnas e o tap está incorporado em 5 agnas.
Tap is incorporated, you see, incorporated in following. So there are 2 words. When it comes to 5 agnas, there is one word is following 5 agnas, and the second one is being in 5 agnas, you see.
Yeah.
And,
Um aspecto é seguindo as 5 agnas e o outro aspecto é seguindo e following or being in 5 agnas.
Yeah, to remain in 5 agnas. You say
então,
to be,
permanecendo em 5 agnas.
Yeah, and by following the 5 agnas, remember, seeing the Amapura of somebody who came to help you. You forgot to see the Amapura at that time, but even now you can see the Amapura in him, right? That's it. You're in Agna again,
Yeah. Você estando em contato com uma pessoa e você vendo a Amapura nessa pessoa, você está com a primeira e segunda agna, né? Vendo a...
So you're following so that means when you apply later on, that means you're following the 5 agnas, you see. You're applying later on in the night when you remember, oh, I forgot to see his Amapura. You see?
Então, você se lembra à noite, eu esqueci de ver a Amapura nessa pessoa, então significa que você está seguindo as agnas, né? Está ao mesmo tempo aplicando as agnas.
Or in talking to him or her, you became upset, you raised your voice, and then in the night you can see Vyavasthit, and Amapura, and now you're following the 5 agna, right? You're correcting it in the same 24-hour cycle,
Yeah. It's like it's a samayik, right? You're not.
No, it's not a samayik. It's not a samayik. It's a direct application of the agna.
Yes. But when you remember what you did with this person, is a little introspection or review.
No, it will come to you. You have to sit down and say, I met this person, but I didn't. I became upset with him. So you can see the whole incident, and that you are recalling the incident, and then, then if it was hurtful, that is another step. But first, you have to see the Amapura first. So now, later on, you're saying the Amapura, and therefore you're following the agna.
Yes. O Shuddha está descrevendo durante o dia de uma interação com uma pessoa e você não magoou essa pessoa, você viu como você você reconheceu a alma pura nessa pessoa. Dessa maneira você está seguindo as 5 ágnas.
Yeah, just like whenever you see your sister coming around, you say, oh, my sister, my sister. You don't have to remember it. You know it's your sister. But you see, this is the new one, Amapura. Amapura. You see, so this is the new one. So that means you're following the Agna. And then later on, being in Agna means it becomes natural for you. You see sister, but Amapura. Amapura first comes, and sister by relative,
Então,
Papa, yeah. Go on.
Então ele deu o exemplo. Então, quando você vê sua irmã, você diz minha irmã, minha irmã, minha irmã. É sua irmã, mas você veja essa irmã com alma pura. Então, desta maneira, você, quer dizer, quando você diz minha irmã, você está referindo ao arquivo 1, mas quando você vê alma pura, você está seguindo e aplicando a ciência do Akram, vendo a alma pura nessa pessoa.
And the applications is later on, isn't it? I mean, when you got, just everything, all the files of the day are finished, you're about to lie down, and you begin with Amapura, Shuddha, Shuddha, and then say, okay, now I saw this person today, and now, so one by one, all of those people, you're just resetting it, you're applying the agnas. You see, you are not being in agna, but by applying the agna is as good as being in agna, you see, by applying the agna.
Então ele diz como aplicar as 5 agnas. Então, à noite, quando você está acostado, deitado, você se lembra das pessoas que você viu e você vê a alma pura nessas pessoas. Então, esta é uma maneira de aplicar as 5 agnas.
Yes. So now in this heading, this heading is only one question, and then there is a 4-line answer. Okay, it's very beautiful. The questioner says, people outside do tap, penance. They fast, they do all sorts of stuff. They do penance. So what should we, like those people? What should we do? What should we do, Dada? There's a Mahatma asking the question.
O que devemos fazer? Então, ele fala, é um cabeçalho, né? Para pessoas do mundo lá fora, certo? Eles fazem o tipo de tapa que eles fazem, por exemplo, meditação, jejum, né? É uma maneira de penitência do pessoal de fora. And the question, o que devemos fazer? What we should do?
Oh, yeah, right.
What we Mahatmas?
In comparison with the people in the
comparação com as pessoas
in the relative
de fora.
in the relative religions, people do penance. You see, people fast, people punish their bodies, people do all kinds of stuff, right? Right. So how should we do it here in Akram Vignan? That's what Dada is asking.
O que devemos fazer aqui no Akram Vignan? Essa que é a pergunta.
And so Dada says we don't need to talk about their tap at all. Don't, whether it is a monk or a nun or given up sex or given up this, we don't need to talk about their tap at all.
Não se preocupa com o tap dessas pessoas, né? Que eles estão fazendo jejum, eles são se abstêm do sexo, etc, etc. Não se preocupa com o tap dessas pessoas.
Dada says Antar Tapa, Inner Penance, especially when you follow the Agna, especially when you settle a file with equanimity, it's the greatest tap of all in this world. It's the greatest inner penance.
Yes, when you follow the agnas,
and when especially Agna 4, settling a file with it. File with
Yes, yes.
equanimity.
É o maior tapa de todos, é o quarto Agna. Resolva o arquivo com equanimidade. Limpe os arquivos com equanimidade.
It is the highest penance, highest inner penance.
É a penitência interna mais elevada.
Yeah, inner penance. You see, that is the critical part. Agna 4, you see.
É a parte crítica, Agna 4.
Because this will come as tough files to you and I, you know. Yes, Elizabeth.
Então,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
artigos more the sticky files, right? Difíceis.
Not even sticky.
Não pegajosos. Não.
Sticky or not sticky, they will try to extend their pound of flesh from you. You know what I mean?
Pegajosos ou não, eu tenho outra palavra, desculpe, mas esse tipo de tap é o que vai te puxar o dedo, por exemplo, que é muito forte, muito intenso.
Yes.
There is a question, Shuddha.
Yes.
Elizabeth.
Yes. Hi, Elizabeth. Jai Sachidan.
Elizabeth. Yeah.
I was just wondering if I could get more clarification about how that is the highest penance.
Ela quer saber da clarificação, ter mais clareza dessa penitência mais, the highest level, penitência mais elevada.
Number one, Dadashri says that is the highest inner penance. That's number one.
Okay. O Dada fala que
And how?
A penitência mais elevada.
Yeah, when the difficulties in life come to Elizabeth through the medium of another human being, delivering it to you as a nimit, you see, and instead of not going after him in the courts or this or that or hurting him or binding revenge inside, you let the inside of Elizabeth heat up. You say, you start with, this is a file. This is a file of Elizabeth, not my file. I will see her heating up, heating up, heating up. I will give my energy so that she does not react in a negative way with that person. That requires, and because Elizabeth is connected with your body, with your soul, with your Amapura, yourself, you see, it is connected. You see, there is that connection, so that heat sometimes may become unbearable, as Denize was saying, you see, you know. And so there is nothing higher than that. There is no Lord to go to and say, oh, my Lord, help me. There is no other Lord out there. So the energy is just as much the heat and the intensity of the heat, just as much the energies of the self are there for you, if you know how to apply it in exactness. And that is called settling a file with equanimity, you see. It is there for a reason from past life, my dear.
So it's like,
oh, sorry.
so through the energies of the self, it helps you get to that stage of no attachment, no abhorrence towards that particular file.
So equanimity means neither leaning towards any kind of attachment, reaction, you know, and nor moving away from any aversive reactions that are happening as a part of the discharge of Elizabeth, you see. You remain in the blissful one in equanimity, you see. And these satsangs, these agnas, these words of Dada, this exactness in understanding, this darshan will help you. You know, this is the only thing. It's impossible for Elizabeth to remain in equanimity, you know. It's not possible. Yes, Tony, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, should I translate?
But she will, but
Can you, Elizabeth, can you pause while he
I
translates?
Need to translate. Otherwise, yes. So basically, let's see. Okay, the question that Elizabeth.
No, it's Portuguese.
Yeah, let me just read Shuddha, because the whole thing I just wrote it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what way is the highest?
I remember that if the insult, se o insulto chegou a Elizabeth como uma vingança.
Her question was, how is it that this Elizabeth top is the highest? You see?
Yes. A questão ela perguntou por que esse top, que é o estado mais elevado, né? O que eu digo, que o Dada diz, né? A quarta ágna, por que é o mais elevado? Então, o Shuddha diz, na explicação dele, quando as dificuldades surgem para Elizabeth, como num limite mais elevado, que ela não não alimente o pudgo, né? E ela deixa esse calor interno continuar a aquecer. Então, quando Elizabeth faz isso, que ela não vai para o pudgo, a Elizabeth está conectada com o ser, com a alma pura. E esse calor aumenta, essa energia aumenta bastante. Let's see. Basicamente, essa é a penitência, né? Quando você não dá a mão ou não se vincula com pudgo, porque quando você se vincula com pudgo, você também está ligado com o apego e com a aversão. E também, quando você está em equanimidade na quarta agna, não vá para o pudgo e também não vai para a aversão, que é parte do arquivo 1. Yes, Shuddha.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Tony. Yes, Elizabeth.
So I'm just trying to see if I understand. Is when we allow, when Elizabeth is just going to burn and she doesn't throw mud back at all, but just takes it, and is with that, she's the knower and seer helps her to come to equanimity eventually. Is that true?
No, it's not the helping. It is the knower and seer that makes it possible. It is the knowing and the seeing that makes it possible. It is impossible if you are not in the knowing and the seeing mode, if you are not in the amapura, if you are not in the equanimity of the self. It is not possible. It is not possible. Elizabeth will heat up, and then she will burn the other person. She will scald the other person, you see. It's impossible. No matter how hard you try, I'm not going to react. I'm not going to react. It doesn't work. It is only through Agna 4. You've got to come back to Amapura. Euso Amapura. I am vitrag. I am neither in this attachment, aversion, reaction. These attachment, aversion, reactions are the reason why Elizabeth has suffered so much. Now is the time for her to heat up, and then the event will naturally subside, you see. And in the process, you have not seen the other person at fault, you see. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
Are you okay, Elizabeth? Are you okay now, Elizabeth?
Yeah, you can translate.
Yes, good, thank you. So, Elizabeth pediu que fosse mais esclarecimento. Então, quando Elizabeth sente essa queima, né? E se ela toma essa queima, né, como aquele que conhece e vê. E o Shuddha disse, né, você tem que estar no estado de alma pura, com equanimidade, como alma pura, no estado do ser. E quando a Elizabeth esquenta, e que se ela está no Pudgal, no arquivo 1, o que acontece? Ela esquenta e sente a queima, e essa queima vai passar para a pessoa, né, que insultou, que a insultou. Simplesmente através da Agna, da quarta Agna, que eu sou alma pura.
And I'm going to settle this file with equanimity.
Eu vou através usando a Agna quarta, eu vou resolver este arquivo, limpar este arquivo com equanimidade e não vou dar vazão às reações que surgem no arquivo 1, que vem do apego e aversão. Veja o outro como alma pura.
Yes, I say this, every phrase, every word of this Agna is very important. Settle files with equanimity. There is no other way to settle. There has to be equanimity. Equanimity is the state of the self, Amapura. There is state of Shuddha, Tony, Elizabeth is always imbalance, you know. Guru Lagu Swabhav, anger, pride, deceit, and greed by nature keep going up and down. I by nature am a Guru, a Lagu. I never move. I'm neither heavy nor light. I'm just there, you see. So this equanimity is a very critical component. The other agnas are easy. This one is where you get tested. Other agnas are easy, you see. This is where you get tested. You and I get tested. All of us get tested.
Então, o Shuddha diz que este é o teste. Esse é o teste. Resolva os arquivos com equanimidade. Isso é muito importante no estado de alma pura. Guru Lagu Swabhav. A equanimidade é um componente, mais uma vez, é um componente muito importante e é o nosso teste.
Yeah. So, you know, when Dada says this is the greatest penance, wow, we say, okay, we welcome penance. I mean, we don't beg for penance, but we accept the penance that comes to us in a file. The file that comes to you is going to bring the built-in penance, you see. And you do not want to employ the old tactics of avoidance reactions, kicking it back, you know, using deceit, you know, all of those things don't work. Face it fair and square, you see. Face it fair and square, especially with human beings. Non-living things, it's okay. Living beings is extremely important.
O Shuddha diz que a penitência, ela vem através do arquivo, dos arquivos que surgem para nós e vão permitir a você que faça penitência, não reaja, tampouco use a manipulação. Siga na penitência, esteja na penitência.
A file means that it's account you and I know. You know, you think it's over, it's not over. It will keep coming to you, and with every every time you remain in equanimity, there is this. I shouldn't use the word restraint, but Elizabeth, hot plate inside heats up. It heats up. It heats up. That's fine. Every time, and then the file kind of goes away. And if you do it, if you are successful one time, then you get twice the energies. the same file comes again and you do it again, then you get 4 times the energy. The third time you get 16 times the energy. The fourth times you get 64 times the energy. Words of Dada, by the way, to really kind of be here. So then, you don't have to follow the Agna. It's natural for you. Yeah, it becomes natural for you. We need to enter into that practice. You and I, we need to enter into this practice. Next time somebody says something, doesn't follow your instructions, upsets you or upsets your boat, get back into Agna 4. It's a file. Get it, don't make fuss.
I can
Yeah.
I can see how this is the highest penance now.
Yeah.
I can see it.
A Elizabeth diz que ela pode ver que essa é a penitência mais elevada. Então, Shuddha tinha dito, né, com relação aos arquivos, esses arquivos mais difíceis que voltam, the files come back, eles voltam a você. E quando você está em equanimidade, certo? O seu prato, a boca do fogo vai esquentar e o arquivo é resolvido quando você mantém essa energia em você. Então, ele disse que você, uma vez, você multiplica por 4, né? 4 vezes 4, 16. Aí o arquivo volta de novo, aí você está na penitência, você multiplica 64 e volta de novo. E essa maneira de você esquentar esse prato se torna mais natural até um ponto em que você começa a ver resultado e os seus arquivos diminuem a intensidade e podem ser limpos também, certo? Então, vamos Shuddha sugere a gente para entrar nesta prática aplicando a Agna 4 para cada arquivo que surge para a gente. Yes, Shuddha.
Yes, and in the process of this tap, in the process of this heating up, tap means to heat up, allow it to heat up, allow her to heat up, allow Shuddha to heat up. And I continue to see that tap in the process, if it leaks out a little bit, you see, and you end up hurting the other human being. That means now it's no longer, the file has not been settled with equanimity. There is this exact pratikraman available, And if you do the pratikraman, then it is equivalent to following Agna 4. My dear Lord, within X person X was not my intention. Please forgive me. You give me the energy to remain in Agna 4, Amapura. Let me see you as you are when you are in front of me again. Say these things. This is the extra additional correction, you see.
Então, o Shuddha também falou, certo, no processo de fazer esse tap, permita que este aquecimento continue. E caso esse aquecimento se esfria, por exemplo, como se esfria? Você magoa o outro. Então, para você voltar para o processo de aplicar a Agna 4, você faz o pratikamã, certo? E você fala, veja alma pura nessa pessoa e peça perdão a essa pessoa por ter magoado esse senhor dentro desta pessoa. Repita isso várias vezes quando esses arquivos aparecem para vocês. E incorpore o pratikamã quando você não é capaz de manter esse aquecimento do tapa.
So, as you retire, as you go to bed tonight, you'll be aware of human beings that you had negative feelings as the person came in front of you, in your space. Just go ahead and apply the Agna. It's not too late, It's never ever late, So
Yes, yes, Shuddha, yes. E Shuddha diz hoje à noite, quando estivermos indo ao sono na cama, vamos ver as pessoas que talvez magoamos no nosso dia hoje e vamos aplicar essa Agnes.
And the energy has to be asked from the person who received the negative vibrations from you. You see, the amapura of that person. You see.
E a energia que vai permitir você fazer essa união vai ser venha da amapura dessa pessoa que você que você teve a crença que ele magoou você.
And when you in a pratikram, when you see the amapura of the other person, you're automatically in Agna. You're automatically in Agna. You see?
E quando você faz o praticama, quando você vê a amapura da pessoa que fez isso ou aquilo, automaticamente você está nas Agnas.
Shuddha Bhagwan.
Okay.
Our time is up.
Chegamos ao tempo.
Yeah, it's 3:30 here in AM in the morning in Barcelona, but Shuddha is highly energized right now.
3:30 da manhã em Barcelona, Shuddha está 4:30 no Brasil. O Shuddha está extremamente energizado.
Yeah. But and this, Tony, those of you who have been in Simandar City, do you know Mercy Balda? Mercy? She's from Barcelona. She's a Mahatma. She says she's been to Simandar City,
Yeah, there is a Mahatma from Barcelona. I don't remember.
Mercy.
Mercy. É uma pessoa de Barcelona.
Yeah, she's coming to visit me tomorrow here, so I'll spend some time with her.
Yeah, ela vai hoje de manhã lá em Barcelona. Ela vai visitar Shuddha. Elas vão passar o dia lá.
Yes, Shuddha.
Shuddha, I just have a question. Are you going to do this again next Tuesday?
Yes.
Okay.
Except when I'm in a place where there is no introvert, I plan to continue. Okay.
Yeah, ele planeja continuar a menos que não haja internet.
Because all day long I'm just relaxing in the pool, this, that, eating all foods, all big banquet stuff, and 35 family members, 32 family members, having fun with the children. So this is very special for me, you see.
Shuddha está tendo tempo especial para ele, estando com as crianças e também indo à piscina, certo? E saboreando a nutrição em Espanha. É muito bom para ele, está dizendo.
The Spanish chef here makes all kinds of food, and so it's nice. It's like it's a very interesting villa. I've never lived in a villa like this. This is all very nice.
O Shuddha está dizendo que é uma vila bem interessante e tem um cozinheiro que faz uma comida muito boa. Ele nunca viu uma vila desta natureza.
It's a castle, on the hill. Yeah,
é castelo
on the mountains outside Barcelona. 1 hour from Barcelona.
É 1 hora de Barcelona, na montanha. Ele parece que está num tipo de castelo, né?
Yeah, right. And so now, so you get to enjoy it, and I'm, with this satsang, we are all feeling positive energies. So for this place also,
Com esse satsang, então, podemos sentir a energia positiva desse local que ele se encontra também lá.
Yeah, where Mahatmas, wherever they go, there is satsang.
Os Mahatmas, qualquer lugar que eles vão, há satsang.
So Jai Sachidananda, yes. And if in case I cannot join you in Tuesday, your energies are magnificent, so you continue.
Yes. Ele disse, se ele não tiver presente, algo acontece durante a próxima satsang. Okay? Denize vai provavelmente tem plano.
Because after the 11th, when I leave Barcelona until the end of the month, I'll be in England again. Another family reunion. So from this one from Nima's side, this one is from my side, you see. Yeah.
Yes. Essa viagem à Espanha, em Barcelona, do lado de Nima e de Espanha, do lado de Shuddha. Ele vai estar em Inglaterra até o final do mês, e esse é o lado da esposa. Então, está entre famílias.
Not in a castle, but just home in Cotswold, with many rooms, so yeah.
Yes, não um castelo, mas uma casa com muitos quartos, muitos compartimentos. Very good. Yes.
Dadabhagwan, yes, wonderful. Thank you
Yes.
for joining me all,
Yes. Yeah. Obrigado a todos.
and for creating the environment of this satsang. Yes.
Obrigado, agradeço por terem criado o ambiente desse satsang.
So Josie, my dear, and Tony, thank you very much. Jai Sachidanand. Yes, Michele, good night, my dears. Yes, right. Yes,
Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.